Welcome to CCRPG, where we open up our virtual table and play games with some good friends. I'm Bob, and I'll be running Lancer. I'm joined today by Todd, portraying Astro Jamin,
Hello, good to be back.
Jay, portraying Graham Demaree,
Yo, that's me. He said my name.
Jeremy, portraying Dyne Starseeker,
Hello.
and Chuck, portraying Evelene Bolick.
We're back.
The scene opens on a broken moon orbiting a murky green planet. The moon is maybe 80% intact, a jagged scar on one side. Within the space debris cloud on the broken side of the moon, the amethyst hovers. The ship has become a rallying point of the uprising, and one of its greatest assets. Next to the amethyst is yet another familiar sight, the DBC. While large, the repurposed cargo ship is dwarfed by the amethyst. A connection platform has been extended from the amethyst to the DBC, and it is there where we begin this new season. The scene opens with three people ascending this little connected platform, going from the amethyst into the DBC. Astro, captain of the DBC, you are being attended by two of your newest members of your crew. With you today, as you kind of help them move various things onto your ship, you're having a discussion about ops, essentially, with Hadrian Fal, who is your new comms officer and the XO to command the ship while you and Rock are away on missions. And also with you is Persephone Stone, called Sephy, who is your new security officer on the ship. Hadrian is a wide man with muscled arms and large shoulders. He has close dark beard and short curly dark hair. He wears the equivalent of what would be considered like the Aster Uprising's military dress uniform because he comes from the Aster Uprising. He has plain gray-blue fatigues. And then kind of following the two of you as you talk ops, contributing here and there, is Sephy. She has wheat blonde hair tied back into a braid, very athletically built. She has a close-fit flight suit worn, and the top part is zipped down to the waist and kind of pulled down and tied around her waist, almost like a little belt. On her upper torso, she wears a tank top and a ballistic vest. She has a sidearm pistol on one hip and a rifle strapped to her back. As you ascend the ramp going to the DBC, what are you talking to your new crew members about?
Astro's like in mid-sentence, and he's like, so as I was saying, before, up until now, we've been running with a skeleton crew. I think now, with a full crew and with you two on board, we could really use the full potential of this ship and keep things organized too.
I do hope to contribute however I can, Commander. Can I ask you something to set expectations at the beginning, says Hadrian.
Yes, of course. And he says, what do I call you? Are you a sergeant, a colonel, a military man, right?
We don't really have ranks in the Aster Uprising. Before all of this, I worked under Kilis. I was commander of one of her strike teams. But I guess I'm going to be kind of your command officer on the ship, however you address people. I'm not sure of your organization.
I will call you commander.
That seems just fine to me.
But please, what's your question? And as he's talking, he's shifting a little nervously. It's like Astro feels like he's talking to, like, this is a serious person who's coming to rein in some order on this ship. Because prior to this, it's like seat of our pants. Improvising. Now there's some structure, and Astro doesn't know what to think of it. But yeah, he's just a little on edge as he's meeting these new people.
Well, when I worked under Kilis, like I said, I was one of her sub-team commanders, and everyone has their own command style, and I'm here to support your command style. I don't want to get in the way or have it seem like I'm questioning your authority, but I am used to a certain level of latitude in regard to questioning of orders for purposes of understanding information and tactical situations. And I just want to make sure I'm not stepping on any toes if I were to do that.
No, I think that's makes sense, and that's very good. We need someone to act as a check, in case there's something I don't know or don't have complete information, or if you disagree with an order I'm giving, I want you to feel free to express your opinion.
Good. Okay, then if you do not mind, then I will treat this in more of the informal way that we've done things in the uprising up until now. Of course, I am willing to accept feedback on how I address issues on your ship.
Listen, Hadrian, I am sure we are going to get along just fine. As you could tell, I'm not really a military man, or I don't really submit to rigid power structures. So I want you to feel free to uh, express yourself and to bring matters to my attention as you see fit.
Will do, sir.
Thank you, Commander. I'll just slap him on the shoulder.
He accepts this like congenially. It is an interesting experience because I think Astro has this picture of Hadrian as like a serious military man, but like is not at all like he is not treating this conversation like anything you have said has thrown him off.
Yeah.
Like he seems to accept everything Astro has said is like, sure, that seems reasonable. Like he does not look like he is judging Astro, is what I will say.
And as they talk and Astro kind of picks up on this, Astro like visibly relaxes more and more, like he feels a little less on the hot seat, as it were, with him. Like he's like, okay, I think this is going to work out.
As you're having that conversation with Hadrian, on your right, as you're walking up the ship, Sephy kind of comes up along your side. So, Captain, I have a few questions about my duties on your ship.
Yes, fire away.
Well, I am your new chief security officer. They did not give me a security detail to command, but as is the way of things, I assume everyone on your ship is at least combat trained?
Yes, that would be correct.
Okay, well, I'm going to be looking to have a rotation amongst the various crew members to work security shifts. Is that okay? Is there anyone off limits from that duty?
He thinks about it. I don't think so. I think everyone is fair game, and I like that too. It puts everyone on an equal footing.
Okay, good to hear it. Who are your trouble? Who are your trouble crew members from, before. Anyone I need to keep an eye on? Anyone lack discipline?
I would keep an eye on Evelene if I were you.
Oi!
Okay. What's the problem? No discipline, has a mouth, talks back to authority. What do we got? What are we dealing with?
Astra's
Trina.
like,
Man, that covers it, doesn't it?
She won't watch my movies.
she insults my movies sometime. And she has a weird obsession with, what was it, tuna? I don't
Tuna.
even...
Yes.
Yeah.
Tuna. Yeah.
Astro sort of chuckles and he's like, no, I'm sorry. A little joke. We go way back, the original crew and I. And I just find it funny to imagine Evelene being the troublemaker, as it were. She's no troublemaker. She's just has some unusual, peculiar
Peculiarities.
yeah, exactly.
Okay. That's fine. I mean, I've been working with, people who are part of a literal revolutionary organization up until now. We have some big personalities back home. It's not a big deal. Now, I do want to settle some issues in terms of chain of command.
Yes. What are your concerns?
What is it?
Starting to think she was the one Astro should have been a little concerned by.
And Astro is getting a little more and more nervous again as he's talking.
Now, to be fair, this is the Spec Ops member who was donated by Ewer Sill's team. So she is literally like one of the Spec Ops people from the Aster.
Yeah. Makes sense. I'll say, well, I'm the captain. Graham Demaree is our first officer. Commander Hadrian over here is the XO. Beyond that, I haven't worked out the hierarchy.
Okay. Well, if the three of you are a vertical stack, I assume, do you want me to just report to the three of you in that way? Assume that each one of you is above the other?
That would be fine. If you want to report to Hadrian directly, and he can delegate what I need to hear.
Okay, understood. Looks like we'll be working together some more, Hadrian. Hadrian just nods. All right. What about...
at that comment, I'll say, oh, you've worked together before this?
Hadrian goes, we've been on the Amethyst together for as long as we've had the Amethyst. We're on different teams, but we've been on ops together before.
Of course. Very good.
But Sephy will continue. Now, I know you have some... well, let's call them grandfathered in crew from before the assembly of this new team. And I want to know whether or not I should
eliminate them.
Who's above me on this crew? Who should I listen to if they give orders? Because right now I know it's the three of you.
I would say anyone in the Lancer, in our Lancer team.
Okay. I was briefed on the four of you then. So your doctor, your engineer, you and Graham.
Correct. And I would also throw in Torsae as well.
Okay. The ops lead. Okay. Understood. I don't have a problem with that. But barring that, what about Hadrian? If your doctor and Hadrian tell me to do two different things, what do I do?
Have them fight to the death? He smiles and waits for a laugh.
She sees you waiting for a laugh and then laughs in response, realizing it's a joke.
Astro will say, in that case, you have the. I would give you authority to make your own decisions in matters of security. But if it's outside a security matter, then anyone on the Lancer team will take ultimate authority.
Okay, so we're talking
Issuing
areas of
orders.
expertise here.
Yes.
Okay, I'll rely on some old defaults then. Good enough, sir.
And as far as the rest of the crew, I would say you have broad authority. I will tell them. I'll brief them and let everyone know that we should all do as you say. And if there's any sort of like training or security practices you want us put in place, you just say the word, and we will do it. No questions asked.
Okay. I'm not trying to run a gulag here, Captain. I just want to make sure everyone's fit and ready to defend us.
That's good to hear. We have been disorganized in the past, and it might be good to bring a little structure into the mix here.
All right. Well, I guess we'll find out what we're working with soon enough.
Now, I assume we're just kind of like walking through the ship, getting them settled.
Yeah.
I'll take them to the bridge.
Well, as you are taking them to the bridge, I'm going to transition to another scene then, because there are some people already there.
Ooh, okay.
All right. As Astro is walking and talking with Hadrian and Sephy, talking ops, boarding the ship, getting them accustomed to the hallways, we're going to shift focus to the bridge of the DBC with what we would probably consider the new bridge crew of the DBC. You've been kind of working this ship with the less than minimum requirement, and you've been making up the difference in elbow grease with one pilot and one operator
with pure skill.
Yeah. The bridge now has 5 people on it. Rock, we find you there with Forvian Crow and Glae Glass. They are your new co-pilot and relief pilot / gunner, respectively. Across the room from the 3 of you who are talking shop about the piloting and running of the ship, Torsae is also here, currently working with Nebulous Warning, or Nebby, who is your new cybersecurity crew member nearby over at the ops station. So, Rock, it's you with your other 2 pilot back up here, and Torsae is off working with your new cybersecurity specialist on the bridge here. When we come onto the bridge, Rock, what are you talking to Forvian and Glae about?
You'll just catch him at the point where he's pointing down and goes, no, don't actually adjust that. The DBC lies to you. I know that variance is off by just 0.5, and it looks like you're not going to fly straight and curve to the left, but no, you will. I've tried to fix it, and anytime I do, she goes way further the other direction. This ship has some quirks.
Forvian nods a little bit and goes, I did notice you have quite a few aftermarket additions to the ship. I imagine the balance is hard to negotiate.
Yeah, you're from Ren's area, right?
Yeah. Forvian, for everyone's reference, is a former member of the Dialectics. He has worked already with Astro, Evelene, and Dyne during the contest arc, so longtime listeners might be familiar with him. For everyone else, he is toned and athletic. He looks to be in his late 20s with short jet black hair. He is currently wearing a flight suit, and he looks like he's dressed like a professional fighter pilot. Who's sitting there, and he just nods and he goes, "Yeah, I worked directly with Effic Desaria. She was pivotal in some of the logistic efforts of the Dialectics. That's where I met your other crew."
Yeah, I read a report on that. She seemed connected. I'm guessing most of the stuff that you flew was a more up-to-date and more manned than we were.
And a lot more directly referenceable to the tech manuals that come with the ship.
Yeah, we lost those a while ago.
Okay. Well, I imagine we'll need to cross-reference some things with your engineer team then.
Now that we have a team, yeah, I agree. I think that we can work closely with them until we get some of those kinks worked out. But when I kind of looked down at the little variants I was talking about, it's like, sometimes they're fine.
As you say this, kind of rotating around on one of the rotating chairs here, we have Glae Glass. She is in her mid-20s. She is a redhead with medium-length hair. She has gray-blue fatigues on, and then she has a leather jacket worn over top of the fatigues. She has various stud-like piercings in both of her ears. She kind of like turns around in her chair with like heavily leaning on one elbow, kind of looks at you. I didn't write this in her description. She is definitely wearing aviators. She pulls the sunglasses down as she's looking over the top of them. Is like, how the hell did you keep this thing flying?
Duct tape in a dream. Listen, Glae, I cannot tell you how excited I was when I heard you be joining us. Also, I want to stress how terrified I was when I heard you'd be joining us. Just be careful with her. I have
survived every crash I've been a part of.
I know, and I would like the DBC to survive, along with everyone in it.
Good track record, then.
Listen, you've flown things like this before, and maybe even slower and worse. She'll surprise you.
Okay, well, I mean, I'm just here to warm the seat in case something happens to one of you two. Until then, I'll be manning the cannons.
So you're not ready to do a strafing run with a Manticore ship?
I didn't say I wasn't ready. In fact, I'd be excited for the opportunity, sir.
Well, maybe she'll have a chance to do it twice.
How did you survive that?
A big gun.
Now, I've seen the guns on your ship. I would not describe either of them as big.
Ask Dyne about it later. I'm sure he'll be happy to tell you the details.
As you're having this conversation with your two backup pilots, you kind of start to catch and overhear the conversations Torsae is having with, I'm still learning everyone's name here. I'm getting them logged into my brain. Nebby over at the ops station. And you can hear Nebby saying, yeah, shouldn't we make sure that you can't just plug random things into the ship's main computer? That seems like it would be a big problem. And then Torsae sits back and goes, who would be dumb enough to plug an unregistered piece of technology directly into the ship's... I see. Okay, yes, we should update our security measures. Yes.
Who would ever do that?
What idiot!
Nebby,
hopefully no one in charge.
Nebulous Warning is your new cybersecurity expert. She is a representative here from the CDD, or SID. She's here to help with keeping the ship safe, working defense while, Torsae is working offense or comms. She has blonde hair. She has an eye patch covering one eye. She wears a leather jacket and has fingerless gloves. She is very stylish, but like you just hear off to the side while you're having your conversation, her and Torsae immediately start hitting it off. They're just talking about like, songs and bands they like while they're going through all the ship systems and like getting her like, the various onboarding, computer privileges she's going to need to do her job.
Rock is just distracted looking over at them for a moment.
Which is why it is the second time Forvian like clears his throat and goes, I guess what I was getting at is, are we going to be on rotation? I mean, I know you're one of them MC pilots too. So I imagine whenever you're away on mission, I'm going to have the ship in hand. What are you like? Do you have any policies? Do you have like any like what's backup and then what's the backup to the backup? Like, what do I need to know when I am on the helm by myself?
Well, this is all very new to us, so we're not going to just have all of the answers right away. Feedback, I think, is going to be important for us all to have a decent experience working together here. So let me know what you think, but yeah, we'll do a simple rotation, spread it out much as we can. In most cases that I'm away, you guys hopefully won't be doing a lot of flying away from us, but it does happen on occasion, in which case it'd be up to both of you. But hey, if I could do it alone, we can do it together.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. I mean, I already had to do some crazy stuff for your friends, so at least I know what I'm getting myself into. And at this, Glae goes, okay, so we are going to do some crazy stuff. We're going to see what this little thing we can push it through?
Let's not start with that. But yeah, the chances are that we will be doing something stupid at some point. So we'll play that by ear.
All right. Well, that's what we're here for, boss man. I'll tell you what. I have heard that you're getting a lot of new people on the ship. So as far as our little like bridge crew here is concerned, obviously, for piloting matters, we go straight to you. Who should we report up through if we have issues on the ship?
So do you think more personal or interpersonal issues?
I mean,
I'm trying to get to the root of your question here.
What's like, when I worked for Cado, it was easy because I had a ship and I piloted it. And if there were any problems, I told Cado that there was a problem, right? Do I just tell you everything, or do I need to talk to the other people on the ship too?
Well, think about it for a second. I think in most cases, you can feel free to talk with the area that needs it. If something seems wrong with the ship, then yeah, go ahead and let engineering know. Or if you need to, myself, Astro, or who are we getting? I looked down at a little sheet here.
You looking for the XO?
Forvian. No, not Forvian. Harrison.
Hadrian.
That's what it was.
Hadrian Fal.
Hadrian Fal. Yep. He's supposed to be the new XO here, so I think he can handle a lot of that as well.
Okay. But like, the captain's not like off limits. It's not weird if I talk to Astra. He won't be like, why are you talking to me?
It would be weird if he was, but no, this is a pretty loose crew. You're not going to see us demanding a whole lot of structure in most places. As long as we can get along and get the job done, I think we're all going to be happy.
All right. I like to hear it. I can't wait to see what we get up to. Forvian kind of like thinks about it a little bit. You can see he's like looking out the front window of the ship, like looking at the controls, like making mental notes of the various like allowances you need to give the ship and the slight offages and things like that. And Forvian just like is nodding, like he's like getting into a headspace where he's like, yeah, I'm gonna be piloting this ship.
Okay, I'll note it, but I just let him have that moment.
All right. Anything else you want here before I switch to the next group?
No, I think that's it.
All right. While these crews are talking, we cut down to the cargo areas of the ship. The areas where various machinery and workbenches and also like shipping and handling happen, but also where all the tools are. It's a little bit of a mess. We come down to Evelene and Curry, currently working with their new engineering team. Evelene, you have a new Mechtech to help you, who has been donated by the Aster engineering team. Her name is Sarna Sagan. She is in her late 30s with short brown hair. She's very tall. She wears mostly like t-shirts of bands that would have been popular like 20 years ago, like when she was in her teens, and jeans. She has like, does the thing where she always has her like tool belt on her and things like that. She's going to be your new Mechtech, so she's going to be helping you service the four mechs that you and your crew pilot on a mission to mission basis. And also we have Joey Sims. Joey Sims is in his 20s. He's wearing like an actual like button-up engineering uniform. He has brown hair and brown eyes. You can tell he's a little bit of a jokester already just from meeting him. Likes a quick laugh during his introductions. And he's going to be working directly for Curry. He's going to be Curry's like assistant technician. And they're getting acclimated to engineering. What are the four of you discussing when we come into this scene, Evelene?
I think Evelene's first concern is going to be just showing him where everything is. So, like, here's where we keep all the tools. Here's where we keep the spare parts. Here's where Quartermaster is. And then she points off to a corner of the base. Whatever you do, don't go over there. Just don't go over there.
Joe goes, but why?
That's where I work on my projects. And in any other normal working environment, I would say that she pauses for a minute. It's like I'm trying to find the right words. Not a safe workspace. I don't want anything to happen to you guys. That's where I go. So if anything goes wrong during any of my projects, no one else gets hurt. Just looking out for your well-being. I got this new project with magnets. It's gonna be something, but not the most safe right now. I don't want anything to happen to you guys on your first few days.
Joey looks at Curry, concerned, and then Curry makes just a little hand gesture like, it's okay. And Joey like nods at him. You can tell Joey is already hitting it off with Curry. Like Joey very much is looking up to Curry as a mentorship kind of thing.
Nice.
Sarna will say to you, Evelene, is like, yeah, okay, that seems perfectly reasonable. I imagine some of your projects have to do with the armaments of your giant walking war machine.
You got it. You got the right idea.
You have to show me.
Yeah, I can give you a quick tour of the mechs. I mean, obviously, that's what you're going to be working on. Of course, you should be seeing them.
100%, but let me make it perfectly clear. I've been trapped on the Amethyst for a very long time, and while I'm a great engineer, I have not had access to some real MCs for way too long. And I heard that I was getting paired up with your crew, and the crazy armaments you all have. And this is the first time I've been excited about my work in maybe a couple of years. So you have to tell me everything that's going on here.
Evelene just kind of looks impressed. She's like, "Oh yeah, of course. I'll show you everything. I mean, always great to have another set of minds here." One other thing I want to watch out for, and Evelyn will point at Dyne's mech. So Dyne has a little passenger, an AI named Artemis. She's not immediately quick to warming up to people. I would say for the time being, if you're ever going to approach her, make sure one of the original crew's with you, just so she doesn't. She's a little trigger happy. I don't want anything else to happen. I'm looking out for you. Same as like my corner of the office.
Surely most MC AI systems have safeties programmed into them.
Her safety is the gun.
Yeah, let's say Artemis is unique. She's one of a kind. Dyne's put a lot of work into her. She's a very unique AI. So
hold on. It is a custom-built, unregulated AI?
Yes.
I knew this was the right position to take. You said it's Dyne that came up with it? When do I get to talk to him?
You know what? As soon as we're done with the tour, I will hook you up with him, and you guys can talk talk more specifics. I'm not as experienced with
I love AI, and I can't wait to pick his mind about it, but I need to find out what kind of caliber we're working with. Where do you keep your ammo?
Oh yeah, it's right over here. And I'll tell you what, we're walking toward the ammo right now.
As you walk away, Joey and Curry stay back, and then Curry's like, I'm gonna take him and show him, where all the things we need to do on the ship. Are you good? Are you guys good down here?
Yeah, I think we're good. I mean, I'm sure anything I miss, you'll be able to point them out.
All right.
Oh, and don't touch my tuna. Very important. And Evelyn will turn back to Sarna. If you see any tuna, just leave it there. It's important that you just leave it exactly where it is.
As you can see, Joey looks again at Curry like, what? And then Curry's like, we'll talk about it, as they leave. But as you're left here with Sarna, you start to show her the various armaments and things that your various mechs have, and she starts talking shop with you. It is very obvious that this is like a special interest for her, right? Like you already knew she was an accomplished engineer, but she's the kind of person who could quote model numbers to you for various mech weaponry and things like that. So she's like, oh yeah, the 5X84, yeah, I mean, they had to take it off the market because of the heat issues, but I can see that, they rolled that into this derivation. Like, she is very into the various weaponry here. As the two of you are talking shop, you hear just a rolling, the sound of something on wheels rolling.
Okay. I'll look to the rolling noise.
You hear from the next door room a metal thing open, and a voice go, how did that get in here? And then something hit something plastic, and then something metal close again.
What? I'm gonna go towards. I'm gonna go to the sound of that because, I don't want anyone hurting themselves.
As you approach the door, out from the other side of the door, almost bowling you over, Evelyn, there is a person who walks through the door, rolling a giant bucket-like trash can on wheels. And behind this bucket on wheels, you see a man who is middle-aged, wearing workman's coveralls. He's a little bit unshaved. He has stubble, across the top of his lip and around his chin. He's wearing a baseball cap that looks tattered to all hell, but is obviously taken care of, but has lived way too many years. And he looks around the trash can and be like, oh, sorry about that. I almost didn't see you there.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, could you use any you need any help?
Oh,
It's
no,
not safe
I'm
for-
just getting accustomed to the ship. I'm Harrison Corvus. I'm your new crewman. I'm here to keep the ship clean, keep things in order, with the increased crew size, making sure everything functions cleanly.
I can't argue with that. What are you doing? What's with the garbage can?
Oh, you would not believe it. I have been finding little cans of tuna all over the place.
What?
Yeah,
What?
it's the craziest thing. It's like someone played a prank on you. I've been finding them in air vents. I've been finding them behind cupboard shelving. I haven't found one in a box of screws.
Evelene just kind of
Don't
runs
worry
up
about it. Don't worry about it. Harrison got you covered. I'm taking care of it. I will get this biohazard out of your way.
Thank God
Evelene
for
just
Harrison.
runs up to the can and looks inside like, that's my tuna. What?
Well-
Biohazard? This is
did you
perfectly
lose it?
good tuna.
The mess is like 2 floors up.
Look, sometimes when you're working on the job, you need a snack. You ever heard of just having something available to you, as opposed to having to walk all the way to the other side of the ship to the kitchen when you can just have tuna here, and this stuff lasts forever? Do you see the expiration on it?
It's
We'll
not
be dead
hard.
before it's bad.
It's not hard to build a cupboard. It's not hard to put a few pieces of wood together and have a little snack cupboard.
But that's work.
More work than putting tuna in every hole and navel across the ship.
Yes.
I disagree with you there, ma'am.
I don't think we're going to see eye to eyes on this, I think.
Well, I will leave things as they are for now, but I will be having a talk with the commander. It doesn't seem right to have tuna just lying about. Have you secured all of the tuna? What if the ship takes a shell and an unsecured piece of tuna tin hits one of us upside the head?
Also
Good point.
consider this. The ship takes a shell, we get isolated from the rest of the ship, we starve to death. Then what?
I think you are drastically overestimating the power of these tuna cans.
I think you're underestimating the power of these tuna cans.
He narrows his eyes at you. I can see
We
you are
are-
a woman of conviction. I will
You
drop
have
the
made an
matter for
eminence.
now, but this is not over.
You have made an enemy this day.
And thus the great tuna wars begin.
Yeah.
As we step away from this scene with Harrison Corvus, your new crewman, debating with Evelene, why do you need to have tuna all over the place? We will transition into the med bay. Dyne, you are spending some time, and you were aware that someone was going to be coming in today, but you've been kind of, getting things settled. You have some new supplies, that came in for the med bay. As you're unpacking it, a woman walks in, and kind of just like walks in and just starts looking around.
Hello.
Hi, you must be Dyne?
I am.
Hi, good to meet you. I am Tammy, Tammy Brooks. Your friend Sam sent me?
Of course. He said he would be sending someone to help out with the crew. I held up my hand to, handshake.
She'll shake your hand. It's good to meet you. Wow, I feel like I know you already just by looking around here. You're more from the science end of things, aren't you?
I am.
I can tell by how you have things organized by category and not by usage.
Well, it was more efficient this way when we had a very small crew. It may need some reorganizing now that we've, at least tripled or quadrupled in size.
I could see how that would be an issue and why you need someone else. Also, the accommodations here are relatively small. We have a lot of room on the ship. Do you think we could move some things out of the room next to here? I'd like to set up a ward.
I definitely think we could do that. Astro
It shouldn't be
has
hard to
given me
requisition a few extra beds and set up equipment in there.
Astro's given me some more latitude with how to set up the medbay now that we have a larger crew, so I don't think that'll be a problem.
Okay, good to hear. I would like to start immediately getting a crash cart together.
All right, let's do that. I have no problem with that.
All right, excellent. Where are I'm going to need access to your broad spectrum antibiotics, any of your pain medications, and of course, if you have various stimulants on board.
I lead her to the back where she'll find all of them in a locked cabinet, and I go, "Yeah, well, they're back here in this cabinet. I'll hand her a spare set of keys. Reorganize them and restore them as you see fit. I think in the other room there is another locked cabinet. The other key is attached to it."
Okay, good to know. I notice that everyone around here seems to come from these various organizations. I appear to be one of the very few independent new crew. As such, I don't really know anyone coming into this. Is there anything I should know about the people you're aware of?
Not really. We were a pretty loose crew beforehand, and while we'll have a bit more structure now, feel free to be a little bit open with all of us. As far as reporting, the probably know about the original Lancer crew. Those are pretty much the top as far as this crew is concerned.
Well, as Chief Medical Officer, I'll refer to you and anything that I think is necessary, but so you want me to also listen to the Chief Engineer and the pilot?
If you have any reporting problems, yes. If not, you can just report to me.
Okay, understood. I would like to ask you a little bit about the risk assessment of the team. What are the trauma risks? What have you prepared for in terms of emergency measures? How stocked are we? Are we prepared for everyone on the ship to have bleeding wounds? How many bandages out are we?
I will pull out my very itemized list that I have gotten. I go, this is what I have so far based on what I expect. I wouldn't mind if you went over it. Right now, the only person I'm really worried about, well, I guess two people. Evelene and Curry were both injured in our previous mission, and so they have ongoing treatment. I have stocked up on what I feel that they need, but if you feel that we need additional supplies, it's best to get those before we depart.
Fair enough. I have found that in combat situations, engineers tend to be a surprisingly heroic bunch.
That is very true, and that is what led to their injuries.
I will keep it in mind. Speaking of injuries, does anyone have any medical history I need to be aware of? Allergies, significant wounds that need to be monitored?
Beyond what I have mentioned, not yet. It's probably a good idea to have each of them come down here individually and get that information prior to departure so we can assess.
Well, since we have a whole new crew, would you mind if I take initiative in scheduling every member for a brief assessment?
No problem.
All right, excellent. I'll have them all rotate through. Do I have your permission to enlist the former crew as well? I would like to get updated records on everyone on board.
Of course. I expect it, myself included.
Excellent. And if you would not mind, I would appreciate you do the same for me. I don't mind filling out my own work, but I always find it is better to have an objective eye.
Yeah, of course.
As you're having this conversation with your new ward nurse, essentially, for the ship, two other people break into the med bay loudly. The door just kind of swings open. They don't slam the door, but they are not quiet. Well, one of them isn't quiet. The other one's quiet, but doesn't make up for how loud the other one is. In front, there is an average-sized man in his late 30s, but his size is the only thing average about him. He has blonde, spiky hair held up with a red bandana, long blonde sideburns. He is wearing an ostentatious red and white chef's outfit with a flared collar, and he looks incredibly fit, like bodybuilder fit. Trailing behind him, trying to shush him and keep him quiet, is a blonde woman. Hold on, that was the wrong person. Is a there you are. Is a woman who has a huge mess of shoulder-length hair and a pair of glasses that she's wearing on top of her head. She is a little bit more meek. She is obviously wearing nicely put together, but simple clothing. Simple shirt with suspenders, but they look like they're like well appointed. Who is following behind him holding a large clipboard. As soon as the larger man breaks in, he will point directly at you, Dyne, and go, You must be Dyne.
I go, yes, Dyne I am.
Excellent. I hear you used to be in charge for a lot of the requisitions around here.
As one of the few people who apparently can cook on this crew, yes.
Excellent. I am your new chef. You may call me Cool Fewer.
Hi, Cool.
I need access to all of your stocks, all of your data, if you have any information about people you got good deals from in the past.
Sure, I can provide that for you. If not, I will get Aster to provide that information to me.
Pushing him out of the way, the slightly more meek woman steps forward and goes, Hi, I apologize for him. I told him that I would handle it, but he wanted to talk to you directly. My name is Melina Kalebon. You can call me Mel. Your friend Evelene is good friends with my grandmother.
Okay.
I am here. We are both here from the marketplace. I'm going to be your new ship's quartermaster.
Awesome. We could definitely use some help in that regard.
I talked to Curry a little bit before we came up here. Apparently, between you and Curry, you were kind of splitting duties, checking the lists and ordering things for the ship. Since I'm going to be taking over that work, and me, I will review every list for anything we have related to food on the ship. Okay, sure. Anyway, so between us, we're going to be handling stocks, rations for the ship. I would really appreciate it if you have a list of contacts you were retrieving things from, any previous deals that we need to honor or that we could use to our benefit. I can negotiate on behalf of us. Also, I am an active member of the marketplace, which does mean I can get us a few deals if we go through any marketplace-owned shops. So I just thought, especially because you're the ship's doctor, I need to have a working relationship with you anyway for whatever you need to order.
I'll walk into the back and then come back and then hand her what was that? They're CDDs, are they right? The discs, the in-universe discs.
UMDs.
UMDs. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll hand her a UMD. I go, this is everything that I have at the moment. I kind of have been keeping up with it with Curry. It should have all of the contract information as well. I'll confer with Aster to see if there's anything that I'm missing at the moment, but I think that's everything. And I look at Cool and I go, all of the food, all of our ration requisitions are also in that information.
Excellent.
And I go, this is, I motion to Tammy. I go, this is Tammy, who will be working with me as a nurse. Confer with her with any of our medical supply requisitions. She may add some more to it, depending on what we need before we depart.
Yeah, Tammy will look over to Mel and go, Yeah, I'm actually putting together some things for the new increase in crew size. It might take me a few hours to review what's here already. I imagine since we won't be leaving for another day or two, it will be okay if I get that to you later today. Mel will go, yes, please, take your time. Yeah, get it to me once it's ready. The sooner I have it, the easier it will be to source, but I'm not rushing you. While they're talking, Cole will just point at you again, like he's accusing you of something. Also, Dyne, I have heard rumors.
Rumors, okay?
Rumors about
what are these
you.
Rumors? And these rumors are about?
I have friends who used to be on the rigging, who told us of a mythical pizza.
Yes, I happen to be a competent pizza chef.
I thought it would be appropriate, then, for our new introductory dinner together that I would make pizzas for the crew. But I am afraid that if you are already known so well for your pizza, that if I do not match up to your pizza, I will simply disappoint everyone. Do you have a recipe card?
I will pop back into my back office, come out and just hand him a note card, and I go, this is what I use as a base, and sometimes I will adjust on the fly.
Ah, so you are an artiste.
I mean, I was never formally trained. I just kind of had to learn through trial and error, right?
I will keep an eye on you, lest you take my job from me.
I smile and I go, this'll be fun, won't it?
I am watching you, Dyne Starseeker. I'm watching you.
I love it.
He will spin and leave the room without anyone else. He just leaves while Mel and Tammy are still discussing medical supplies.
Seems like the type to do more than 180 degrees at all times.
He might do a, what is it? What would it be, 540 or something like that? Where he spins the whole way around once and then continues spinning to face the opposite direction and then leave.
Yep. Chef's cape and then flowing behind him.
Now, to be fair, he does not have a cape, but the bandana across his forehead does have significant length on the back that blows in the breeze as he exits the room.
You don't even know where the breeze is coming from, even. There's always a breeze blowing.
He creates his own breeze, yeah.
Now, I'm going to call for the first roll of the session for the new season. Dyne, I want you to make a pilot check to see if you knew who the fuck that was.
Okay. Hold on. Let me pull up Dyne here. Let's see here. Okay, so nothing that I have really applies. I'm just going to pull a straight D20.
Absolutely, let's do it.
I rolled a 2.
He had a presence about him, but you have no idea who the hell that was. As far as you're concerned, he's just a really big personality that came from the marketplace.
Okay.
Now that we have fully introduced the new crew, for our audience, if you are listening to this as a podcast or if you're watching this on YouTube, I will have the names, pronouns, and position on the ship for every one of these new crew members included in the doobly-doo down below the episode. So do not worry. If that was too many people for you to keep track of, you can go and reference that. I'm sure all of our players will have a time getting used to all these new people too. But
full disclosure, Bob also gave us a cheat sheet because so many people.
As everyone gets to work on the ship, I'm going to check back in with Astro. You
Yes.
and your XO and security officer, you wanted to take them somewhere. Where were you going?
To the bridge.
As you get to the bridge, I imagine these were all taking place roughly at the same time as each other. So you get onto the bridge and you see your new bridge crew. Your 3 pilots and your 2 tech experts are all on the ship, getting each other acquainted with the various controls and stuff.
I immediately stand up and say, "Captain on deck."
This confuses many people because they're not used to doing this, but all assume this is a thing they have to do now. So they all scramble to like get out of whatever seated position they're in to like stand up. The most
just start
awkward,
laughing.
the most awkward of this is actually Glae Glass, who was so leaned over to one side with legs crossed that as she spins out of her chair trying to stand up in time, just falls over herself onto the ground.
Astro nods and he points his finger at Hadrian. And he's like, "I like that. You think we could try saying that every time I come on the bridge? Do you think you could do that?"
If that's what you would like, sir.
Captain on deck? No. That's silly. We don't need to do that. We're casual here. Unless you think it's cool. No.
Torsae will say, "Astro, I just got back. Don't make it harder to be here."
Yes, Torsae's right. We're a very casual crew here. But at ease, everyone.
They will all continue standing because they don't know what else to do, but like are not like at attention or anything.
As you were and all that. Here is our new executive officer, Hadrian Fal. Is it Fal or
Fall? Assume
Fal.
It's like there's 2 L's, but there's only one. It's pronounced like it's Fall.
Hadrian Fal. And Persephone Stone, our head of security.
They will both nod to the rest of the group. Hadrian will step forward and be like, "I'm going to be your new XO, reporting directly to Astro and to Graham." Or Rock. He knows you as Rock, obviously. Reporting to Astro and Rock here. If you have any issues you come into while working on the ship, please feel free to reach out to me. I'm going to be, running various operations here, and I hope we all work well together. Sephy just nods to everyone and goes, "Hey, I'm your new security officer. Here to make sure you don't die."
Man, you were really conned you off to us, huh?
She looks at you and goes, "Yeah, well, you guys need it, and I think there's a better than average chance that I'll get to shoot someone in the next year."
I think both statements are an understatement.
She smiles at this and goes, "Good. I was hoping that was the case."
Let's
Adrian,
find you your stations.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what Astro said.
Yeah, we both talked at the same. Sorry, Astro's just like, "Let's find you your stations," and he'll like kind of gesture them to like specific stations on the bridge.
Yeah. Your XO will kind of have a position back in the command area, kind of where you normally sit. It is like the ship, the DBC has always been set up for a crew this size, but you have never needed to use a crew this size. So there is plenty of stations for a gunner, a pilot, and a co-pilot, and 2 operators to all be at terminals at the same time. There is also a small command wing where there is room for 4 people. You have 3, so you are perfectly like in your rights to like set up you, Hadrian, and Sephy in the command stations here. It's very obvious what the captain's seat is because it is bigger than the rest. But yeah, there are wings off to the side for other command terminals. As you guys get set up, 2 people come over. Nebby and Torsae come over, your 2 operators, your mission operator and your cybersecurity operator come over, and Torsae will say to you, Astro, "It's good to be back."
Good to have you back, Torsae. Boy, did we miss you.
Well, yeah, I could see that. Anyway, you have a lot of new people accessing the various terminals here. I took the opportunity to set up new authentications for everyone for the new things. And then I have Nebby here that I'm showing around, getting her accustomed to her system. So if you don't mind, I'm going to take these people off your hands so that I can get them logged into their various authentications. Is that okay?
Yeah, that is perfect. Nebby, good to meet you.
Good to meet you. Sir? Or do we do sirs here?
Just call me Astro.
Okay. I can't call you like movie star or like Comet or...
You may call me Your Excellency, as I am Hollywood, space Hollywood royalty. And he beams his most charismatic smile. You could swear there's even a audible glint from his teeth, and you don't even know how that's possible.
Okay. No, I don't like that.
Then Astro will do just fine.
Okay.
No honorifics.
Just okay. Sounds
Has anyone taken you up on that, Astro?
Not yet, but I think they're all a little nervous, starstruck.
Now, Torsae told me you know your way around a terminal too. Is that right?
Yes. In my current life, I have focused more on that than I have my acting. So I've learned quite a few things about getting around a terminal, hacking into systems. I even have this, and he rolls up his sleeve and shows his subjectivity enhancement suite. Comes in handy a lot.
I see. So, you think you're a bit of a... I was so close to going down the console cowboy speech.
What's stopping you? Do it.
No, she's like, you're like equipped for this kind of stuff. We should expect a good offensive network schema.
Absolutely. I don't think it, I know it.
How are you at chess?
I thought you'd never ask. I have quite a good end game.
Interesting.
Just the rest of the game.
I find it's the setup that usually determines the footing.
Well, we will have to play a few games and settle that debate.
There's a bit of a position jockeying in the CDD for people who are good at chess. It's a common pastime for us. I hear that you had some problems with a former member. She steps close to you and kind of looks up at you, squinting a little bit, implying more.
Yeah. Problems in chess?
That, sure. I know you've had contact with our organization before, Astro.
Well, yes, I have. In fact, I've worked with them on a good deal of things to achieve our goals.
I'm here to help your operation as much as I can, and I am a member of your crew, but I was given a message to pass along to you, Astro.
Astro kind of looks... he gets a little nervous and he looks both ways, and then he tries to play it cool, and he's like, oh yeah, what message could the CDD possibly want to send me?
they're still looking to get a more intimate connection with you.
Like, everyone else is probably looking busy or something. I'm not. I'm just staring at the two of them, watching all of this go down.
Astro clocks out a little bit, and he's like, and intimate in what way?
You haven't been active on the message board you've been given access to. I'd say give it a look. And then with her eye-patched eye, we'll give you a wink.
I'm glad it's with the non-eye-patched eye.
Yeah, otherwise, how would you know?
Wait, how do you tell the difference between a blink and a wink?
It's all about body language. You know, you have to really read it.
Fair.
Yeah, and this one was a wink, I could tell. Astro kind of like wipes a little like flop sweat from his forehead, and he's like, I'll do that.
She as she walks away to go meet back up with Torsae and kind of help her with the people she's getting logged in, she like tilts her head to the side a little bit and holds up her finger and thumb in like a little heart symbol to you, and then winks at you again and then walks away.
He gives back a thumbs up. And
I want to walk up to Astro and quietly say, it's usually generally frowned upon to fraternize with your crew when you're in charge.
Just getting to know all the new people and their remarkably diverse personalities.
Well, thankfully, I don't need to get to know you quite like that. It's good to be back, Astro.
Hey, the offer's always on the table. And it's good to have you back. No, I'll give you a hug.
Yeah. I'll give an awkward one back.
Yeah. If it's not clear, it's a very awkward hug. It's like he's going in for a handshake, and then he goes in for the hug like he thinks of it like after the fact.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like that awkward handshake, one-arm hug.
My hand is stuck in between the middle of us.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Boy, did we miss both you and Torsae.
Yeah, I mean, I read reports, but I would love for you to tell me more about what happened in detail.
Oh, you'll get the full briefing. Trust me. A lot went down. We were played. I'm not too proud to admit that. But I'm just happy we're still here. We got out of it alive. We live to fight another day.
I just nod at that and go, have you had a chance to meet with the others?
Not yet. Just Hadrian there and Sephy, as well as the bridge crew here. I'll be making the rounds.
Well, Forvian.
Yeah,
Yes,
Forvian, like after watching you walk over, like waves from behind you, is like, "Hey, Astro, did you get a little bit more learned on any of the fighter pilot lingo that you seemed utterly confused by last time?"
Still doing my research. It's an actor's job to research for a role. I couldn't improvise last time.
And don't worry, I hold no grudge whatsoever about how you left me tied up in a locker the last time we met.
Cool, great.
I look over at him with that, like I didn't know.
Forvian has a huge smile on his face when he says this.
That does sound like something they do.
We have fun, you and I.
Please don't tie her up in a locker, mostly because that would be uncouth, but also because she will get back at you. This is Glae Glass, our gunner and relief pilot.
It is Glae.
Glae.
Yeah. She waves at you from her like disaffected lean on one side of her chair and like nods up, and you go, "Hey, Captain, I hear you guys run a pretty wild ship around here."
Well, we're trying to straighten up a little bit. Act like a proper crew. We'll see how that goes.
Oh, boo.
Oh,
I want to get in the raw stuff. I heard you guys were wild.
oh, trust me, we will. I just, enough structure to ensure that we come out alive at the other end.
She'll stand up out of her seat and come out over to you and goes, "Kidding aside, I'm going to be your relief pilot and gunner. So if you need anything, I'll be on rotation here, Captain, and you can trust my piloting. I know what I'm doing with a stick."
Excellent. Glad to have you on board. And with that, I have an important announcement for everyone. He walks over to his captain's chair. Says, "All attention, please."
I mean, everyone looks at you.
I'll say, every Friday is movie night. I will be placing a list of movies
Oh no.
in the break room, and everyone is required to vote for which movie you'd like to see.
Are they all Astro Jamin movies?
Yeah, I was gonna say, are these this is a rigged list?
They are not all my movies, but there will always be at least one movie that I'm in. And if you don't vote for it, it will be noted. Thank you.
Torsae does a noticeable eye roll when you make this announcement. And then you can see her turn to Nebby after you're done talking and say something, and then Nebby laughs.
Astro looks at them and says, "What? It's crew bonding."
Torsae says, "I didn't say anything that would disagree with that."
I'm watching you, Torsae. You better be voting for all my movies.
I'm really proud of the structure you've brought to the crew so far, Captain. I can't wait to see further forms of improvement you have planned.
Yes, I'm just getting started. I have big dreams for this crew.
And you'll remember, Astro, I joined your crew originally because I was a big fan of yours. Just because I know what a dork you are in person now doesn't make your movies less good.
Thank you. He will give a little bow to Torsae.
Anyway, we're all set up over here. Your people should have access to their terminals now. I am going to take Nebby on a tour of the ship and show her where the other access terminals are. Is there anything you need, Astro?
No, let me know. Let me know if you have any updates for me.
Have you been keeping up with your practice?
Yes, in one form or the other.
I know the last time we worked together, you were still getting adjusted to being a little bit more terminal focused. I've heard good news. Can I expect to see improvement?
I think so. I haven't done anything that backfired crazily in my face yet.
That's good to hear. I am really happy to be working again with you, Astro. She'll just ambush you with a hug that is a much more sincere hug than the one you gave to Rock. She is actually gives you a real hug and is like, "I missed you guys."
Astro's kind of surprised, and then he leans into the hug, very genuinely embraces her back.
I do feel like what we're working on here is important, and it took you guys a little bit longer to find your way here, but I'm glad you did, and I'm really happy we're going to be working on something like this together.
I genuinely believe with the people we have on board, there's nothing we can't do as a crew.
She pats you on the shoulder. You'll get there. Keep working on the inspirational captain stuff. I'm sure you'll get there.
Hey, I have speeches I could give. That one came from the heart.
Okay.
We can workshop it though.
Yeah. Get back to me.
He smiles and nods.
And then Torsae is going to take Nebby on a tour of the ship. As you guys are all getting adjusted to new life on the ship, we can imagine that you all eventually filter through and meet the various other crew members. Before I have an event happen, is there anyone that any of you all think should be set up in a scene? Is there anyone that you want your character to actually like meet and you want to have like some repartee with before we move forward here?
Not that I can think of.
I tried to group you all together with the people I thought you would be like the closest like sounding boards for each other. So, but I just wanted to ask, because as you all kind of get used to your crew and over the remainder of this day, get everyone, associated with their rooms, everyone gets access to their various systems that they need access to, figures out their way around the ship. It is a big ship, and some of the floors look very similar to each other, so it can be easy to be like, I don't know if I'm on the third floor or the second floor without looking at the number on the wall sometimes. You're all just kind of doing normal stuff when, Rock, you get a message. Where are you when you get this message, Rock?
Depends. What time of the day is it?
It's just later in the day. It's like it's like 3. It's like not dinner yet.
Okay. Then I would just be taking a station at the pilot's chair, letting the others like go around and mingle with others at this point. So I'll just be not necessarily alone, but on the bridge.
Yeah, it makes it easy because it comes right to you on the bridge then. Your pilot terminal blinks up. You have a personal message.
Yeah, I mean, I'll check it unless it like seems like I want to take it elsewhere. But
it's up to you because it is one of the medical staff on the Amethyst is getting in touch with you.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take it.
All right. As it flips on, you will hear the person on the other end of the line fuzz in. Is this Rock?
Yeah, you reached him.
Hi, this is Dan. I'm one of the medics over on the Amethyst. We work together from time to time. I'm reaching out to you because, one of our patients has recently woken up and is asking to speak with you.
Really? This is the first time?
Well, he's been in and out of consciousness, and I know you've visited him before, but he's making remarkable recovery, and, Kilis has approved a more lengthy visit, says he's up to it now, and wants to make sure you don't miss the opportunity before you're off on your next mission.
Understood. Yeah, we'll make it happen.
So, Cass says he wants to talk to you and Torsae. You're welcome to bring Astro, Evelene, and or Dyne with you if you want. Kilis has approved the lot of you for visitation.
Sure. Yeah, I'll talk to him about it.
All right. Just make sure you check in at visiting hours only. After 7, it's lights out for everyone still in the ward.
If it's a visual thing, I'll nod.
Okay. Yeah, you nod.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Good speaking with you, Rock.
Thanks, Dan.
All right. And then the call ends.
Okay. And you said we're by the amethyst, right? Like connected to it or by it?
You're currently connected to the amethyst by like a docking umbilical. It is literally like a ramp that is connecting from one of the ship bays to the DBC. The DBC is actually just a little bit too big to fit in the docking bays for the amethyst, because the DBC is big. It is a big cargo ship. If you disassembled the DBC into its parts, you could fit it into the docking bay, but like fully built, it's too tall, essentially. Something like a pod ship could fit into the docking bay of the amethyst, but the DBC would be like a support vessel flying alongside of it if you were in a fleet together.
Sure. Is Torsae here or no?
You tell me. Is Torsae here? Has she gotten back yet, or do you think she's out somewhere on the ship?
I'll say she's here and heard that.
Okay. Yeah. You look over to her. She nods. Do you want to go
I'll send a
see
message
him now,
to.
or?
Yeah. I think let's gather the others and see what they want to do. I'll send a message over the intercom. Astro, Evelene, Dyne. Can you meet me at the docking ship, the Amethyst, or the docking umbilical?
On my way.
Yeah,
Already.
you got it.
All right. Yeah, Torsae will get up with you and follow you there. As you all assemble by the docking umbilical, it is literally like it is just kind of like overlapped over the part of the ship you would normally get on and off, kind of in the back of the DBC where the cargo bay kind of like descends and opens. There is like a sheath with what are they, like the little like repulsor walls to keep the air in, that are like covering up the empty space around where it's connected to the DBC.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but you all gather. What do you do?
I'll explain the situation to everyone. Be like, yeah, so I mean, you know what happened to Cass by now, but he's awake, and if you want to come talk to him with me.
Yes. Of
course.
I would.
Yeah, sure.
I don't think we would have ever met him before, right?
You were there on the planet.
Yeah.
Cass and Heathcote.
Yeah, we met them way back then, yeah.
Yeah, it was like
Cass originally met
mission.
you all, during the mission where the iridium mines stuff was happening.
Yeah.
You met him and Heathcote, and then that's where you guys fought against the Manticorp. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I remember,
Stupid
of course.
bugs.
Yeah, and the bugs and all that. Yeah. But you can make your way into the Amethyst. Obviously, Rock and Torsae easily guide you there. They're both like, they treat the Amethyst like it's, a place, like a neighborhood they've lived all their lives. You're able to navigate to the medical ward. And as you get close, Kilis is actually already here and meets you all outside. And Kilis goes, "Oh, hi. I was actually hoping all of you would come. I'm glad to see you all here. Rock, Torsae, Astro, how are you feeling with your new command?"
I feel very, very pleased with all the new members. They're all very competent, and I look forward to working with them.
Most of them, anyway.
You're already having interpersonal conflicts.
Not that I knew of, and he throws a hard glance at Evelene.
Just some growing pains. I'm sure we'll all get on the same page soon. I mean, honestly, they're all great. I no notes otherwise.
Well, that's good to hear.
I see. They found your tuna, didn't they?
We don't talk about that. Not now. We could talk later.
I'm not going to ask, but like I said, I'm glad you're all here. I just had your team name come across my desk. I like it. Iridium Wings. It's very evocative.
Yeah, I think it suits us very, very nicely. And
it makes a lot more sense than always just calling you the crew of the DBC.
Yep. This one rolls off the tongue a little bit better.
Well, I hope those wings take you to new heights. But I'm very glad that you're going to be working as problem solvers for the uprising. Of course, I am sad to lose one of my best commanders to your little initiative here, but I think it's worth the effort.
We will put him to good use. He will, I'm sure, will prove his worth 3 times over.
Well, part of what I wanted to stop here, since I knew you were all coming, Ren is on their way to the Amethyst. They have news for the Conclave, and we're going to be having some meetings. But they also said they specifically have a new initial job for the Iridium Wings. Do you think your crew's up for it? Are you settled in enough that you can get to work right away?
I think so.
All right, well, I'll let Ren tell you themselves once they get here. I know a little bit about it, but they seemed to think that you would have specific interest in this mission.
Well,
that's interesting.
Good. I mean, I didn't think we'd get started this soon, but that's great. Idle hands are the devil's plaything.
Huh. I never heard that one before.
It's an Astro classic.
He just made up on the spot, just this moment.
Yep.
Yes.
An Astro Jamin original.
As your new team is a multi-organizational team, you all are directly reportable to the Conclave now. So I know Ren was your patron before, and I was the direct report for Graham here in Torsae. But your mission and your operational freedom are highly valued. I think everyone understands that all of you are very efficient in getting things done when you're given operational freedom. So that's what we want from you. So keep doing what you're good at.
Great. That's all I need to hear.
Anyway, I also wanted to make sure I saw you all before you left. Maybe I'll see you all before you leave for real. But I have so much work to do. So much work to do.
How's Cass?
I was just in. He will be fine. It's a little hard right now, but he will be fine. I'm surprised at how resilient he is.
I have a question.
Yes.
How long has he been in there?
Months and months and months. Man, it must be coming up on a year and a half or 2 years now. He's been recovering. He was in coma for most of the first year. But he's been in and out of it this past year, and he's been making recovery. I believe I heard one of the doctors said that they expect him to start physical therapy in the next couple of months.
That's great news.
Yeah, that's glad to hear it.
So he's awake. He's talking. He's fully aware.
Yes, yeah. We wanted to give him as much rest as possible, so we didn't really authorize any big visits up until now. Of course, Rock and Torsae have been in to see him here and there for some small visits, but I'm officially lifting the isolation requirements. So he has full visitation for people who want to see him. And I figured, especially since it seems like your team is going to be leaving soon, it would be good to have you all get some visits in. Also, keep in mind, he has an incredible wealth of information about a group of people that we know very little about. So he has told me a fair amount, but feel free to... maybe don't grill him for information. That seems uncouth. But don't be afraid to fish it out of him. Anything. Any piece of information can be critical here.
It's basically going to say the same thing to him before we went in.
Okay, good. I think he understands, but I think sometimes he underestimates how much he knows because he grew up with them. So there's like... when I've been talking to him, there's little bits of things that he'll say offhandedly that he doesn't realize are important pieces of information that I've been jotting down. So if things come up, maybe have him expand on them a little bit.
We'll get what we can while being gentle.
Good. I mean, he's fully cooperative. I expect him to be a full member of the uprising once he's up and ready for it. I'll leave you all here. If you need me, this is my ship. Mi ship es su casa.
Oh, thank you.
She will kind of like nod to all of you. And then as soon as she steps away, she is mobbed by 3 people with clipboards asking her various different questions.
No rest for the weary.
No.
And then as she goes off into the amethyst.
Well, any questions before we go into see Cass?
You've seen him. Is there anything we should know about his condition at this point?
He was in a mech that, for lack of a better word, exploded.
Yeah,
just to give you an idea.
You don't survive those things.
No, but he did somehow. And I'm not sure if it's some sort of technology that we don't fully understand yet, or if I was quick and he was lucky. But either way, he was punished for doing the right thing. And that sucks.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like they got some sort of... Was it sort of like a last resort ability or something that was? Or some sort of technology?
Like, I can tell you have questions, and I will just reiterate what Kilis said, Evelene, that I don't want to grill him, but if he's amiable and is answering things, then yes, you can ask him about the mech.
I'm just saying, I mean, if that's something we're going to have to go against, it'd be nice to know ahead of time what we're expecting, you know?
Yeah,
I mean,
and I'm sure...
It's not the priority. It's just, if it comes up, we should ask.
No, I agree. And I'm sure that he said some things. But again, like Kilis said before, he doesn't always understand the importance of what he's telling us. You don't always know what you need to tell to someone for information for him, right?
Yeah.
Well, either way, we'll go talk to him and see how he's doing. I haven't seen him in a while. Been busy with the transfer, so...
All right.
As you guys are talking, the person you recognize from the video call, Dan, comes over to your group. He'll go, I was just in to check on Cass. He is good. We just went over various things, and he's ready to see you if you're ready to go in.
Yeah,
yes,
I think so.
All right, this
Thank
way.
you.
He'll just open the door. Cass has like a room, like a private room. He'll open the door for you, let you all go in, and then once you've entered, he closes the room behind you, the door behind you. There is a like an air filter, like a fairly loud air filter going in this room at all times. That's like in the corner of the room, like a big air filter that is sucking in like the air and cleaning it around here. Cass, who it has been a while for the three of you, Astro, Dyne, and Evelene, since you've seen Cass. You knew that he was working with the Aster uprising through Rock's reports, through Rock and Torsae. You heard, oh yeah, their cooperation with Cass's group was ongoing. Cass obviously had a lot more interaction with Torsae and Rock during that time. But for all of you, what he looks like right now is a bit of a mummy. There is very little skin showing. One half of his face is completely covered with bandages. His hair is sticking out on the right side, and you can see like the bottom of his chin and his cheek, but his nose and then all of his forehead and one of his eyes is completely covered under bandages. So all you see is like one eye outside of the bandages. The lower right-hand side of his chin and his mouth are free from the bandages. His entire torso is covered with like medical gown and stuff, but you can tell one side of his body is much more covered with very intensive bandaging. As you all come in, he very slowly like turns to look in all of your direction, and a smile comes across his face, and he'll go, I'm glad you all made it.
Hey, Pharaoh, how you doing?
Of course we made it. We wanted to see you in person and thank you for everything you've done.
Right, what he said.
I have not done too much for a long time. I have been relaxing for far longer than I would like to. I feel like I'm behind on everything right now.
I think that might be a shared feeling in our new organization. Kila's been keeping you at least up to speed on that, I think.
Yeah. She's been giving me information. I got to tell you, when I made up my mind to work with all of you, as opposed to where I come from, I thought that I would turn around real quick and get you all up to speed on what to expect. And then I find out by the time I'm out of coma that the war's already begun and I missed half of it so far.
God, I hope you missed more than half.
I was going to say, if you missed half of it, then maybe that's good news.
Well, I had originally intended to give you all of the information I had, but it seems like a lot of my information is common knowledge now. Makes me feel a little bit less useful.
Well, if it helps at all, you're the reason this ship still exists. So your usefulness is yet to be determined, I'd say.
Glad to hear I'm still on probation.
Well, they tell us you'll be starting physical therapy in a few months. So I imagine before we know it, you might be back in a mech.
As you say this, you watch the side of his body that is heavily covered in bandages slowly lift and flex. And you watch as little pools of dull, like, not crimson, but like maroon color start to seep beneath the skin of the bandages. And he's, oh, right, they did say I have to keep working on that. Oh, God, okay. You reminded me. They told me I need to get started on my exercises or my right arm's gonna be a unmoving claw, but damn, it hurts like hell.
Don't push
Sorry,
yourself.
Cass.
I mean, yeah.
It's burns. Burns are bad, man. I have a lot of scar tissue, and I spent a year not working on it. And they told me if I don't push and break the skin, it'll heal wrong, and eventually I'll end up with a solid overcooked beef jerky arm that I won't be able to move anymore. So hurt myself to make it better, I guess. At least while I have bandages and antibiotics nearby.
That's the reality of the situation, unfortunately. Just be grateful you managed to survive a self-destructing mech. That's all I can say. I'm impressed.
Well, I have to say I owe my survival to Rock here. Fished me out of the core of the thing after it went critical.
I'm still not 100% sure what happened there.
Well, it's a bit of a unique thing. So it's a unique thing, but it's also standard. How do I explain this? Every paladin for the Noesis mandate is operating some experimental technology. Usually it's something that's very powerful but very dangerous, and usually it's kept as a last resort kind of weapon. You got to witness what I had. But if you ever meet a paladin out there, keep in mind that if you push them to the limit, they're liable to show you something that'll really shake your world.
Well,
I certainly believe that.
Well, we have once before on EO Station.
Oh,
Yeah, I heard about
yes.
that. You guys, I can't remember. I didn't know this one personally, but I heard you encountered a paladin fairly early on, trying to rob Ren of something.
Yeah.
As I recall, the only one who lost a mech in that scenario was Evelene, as I poke fun at Evelene.
Yeah. Well, in fairness, I think that was the last time I lost a mech. Well, no. She counts on her hand. It's still low. I can count on one hand. That's something, at least.
Well, I'm glad that you're all here. I worked really closely with Rock and Torsae, albeit under spurious circumstances, which I again apologize for. But I did want to help. I know from when I met you all the first time, back when we were running those Iridium raids, you're probably going to get yourself in thick with some dangerous stuff. And the mandate's big. And if you need information on them, I'll do what I can to get it to you. I'm not an encyclopedia, and I left when I was in my teens to come here on our mission. But perhaps if you have questions, I can answer them.
Do they have any secret technology they've kept hidden for a rainy day? Anything else? Super weapons, that sort of thing we should be aware of?
I mean, well, by this point, Kilis tells me you're all aware of what the Pharaoh fluid is now. The mandates really put a lot of effort into nanotech. It was a pet project for some of the founders back when we first established our colonies. It has become core to a lot of our technology. So, I mean, derivations of that, even what you saw, my kind of last resort weapon, was kind of a pushing of that same technology to some of its logical limits. And I think you'll see that as a common theme.
Yeah, I've definitely seen a lot of use of the ferrofluid and nano machine technology with them. Are there good anti-measures we don't know about?
I mean, I've spent my entire life working with them, not working against them. I'm sure, I mean, the problems we've always noticed is their propensity for overheating. They're a very heat expensive technology. But we kind of leaned into that. We use that waste heat for a lot of uses as well. Even a lot of our explosives and things are by triggering the criticalities in nanotech.
It kind of would be nice if there at least was some sort of failsafe. Like, maybe if there was like a way to not trigger the explosion when they were downed. I mean, I know that's probably asking too much, but I mean, surely that has to come up during testing.
It's a good question. I would just like you to consider an entire empire has spent their time and resources making sure their enemies couldn't do that easily. So if there's a way to do it, good luck finding it, but I don't know it off the top of my head.
Honestly, our best bet would be talking to someone in Torsae or the...
You think they might have cracked it?
I don't know, but they would have the resources and the ability to do so.
And the motive.
Yeah, I mean, we're not the only ones dealing with this problem, so I wouldn't be surprised if they're already working toward it. Maybe we can just share notes or steal notes.
I'll let you call them up, Evelene. I think I'm going to avoid that one.
Oh yeah, I got a guy right here. It's called my... And she pulls out a middle finger.
As you're talking, Torsae like kind of moves over to Cass and is like examining his bandages, making sure he's comfortable, like helping him get his pillow adjusted. And Cass is like, I'm fine. Really, please stop. She's like, okay, just making sure. You look horrible. And he goes, thanks. I really appreciate that.
At least she's being candid with you.
Yeah.
Is there,
small
while we're here, is there anything we can get you? We have a new chef that is apparently very enthusiastic. I'm sure he can whip up a dish of your choosing.
No, I really appreciate the offer. The only thing I want you can't give me, and that's to get out of this and onto my own feet again. But it sounds like I'm going to be fighting for that privilege. So while you guys are out there doing your mission, keep a thought for me back here fighting this shitty body of mine to get it working again.
I might be a bit presumptuous in saying that, but I mean, it's not like we won't have a seat for you on the DBC if you ever want it, and can sit in it without screaming.
That sounds pretty great. I have a feeling that Kilis is going to want me close at hand. We've been discussing various advisory roles that she wants me to fulfill. I think she's just being kind because she wants me to feel useful, but honestly, there's some sense behind it. I know how they think. I can give them some insight into the interfamily politics back home that might be opaque to an outsider. Maybe decisions they make that don't make sense from an outside perspective, I can give a little bit more information on. So I told her I'd help where I could. And I told her if they get any mandate tech that I'd be willing to test drive it for them. Once I'm up and around again.
Don't get me wrong. I understand completely this wouldn't be a now thing. Also, I realize I would have to smuggle you away from Kilis, but I can deal with that if you ever need to in the future. And I know there's cameras in here somewhere.
I'll make sure I keep my escape hatches well documented.
Well, we've gone through them once together already.
But
I guess if I could ask one more question, and it's not...
You can ask as many questions as you have. I'm not going anywhere.
And it's not too insensitive. How the hell did you survive?
What you knew as my mech was indeed a skeleton constructed outside of another working system. The core of my mech, the cockpit itself, was actually more the mech than anything. It's a shame that it didn't survive intact. It was an experiment in hardening and forming nanotechnology into a workable shell, conducting energy through it to create a nearly energy skeleton form. You have some bad footage of it around here somewhere if you need to review it. I looked at it, but it was honestly too hard to watch. When the outside skeleton fails, the system was intended to fall away and be replaced by the nanomachines underneath. When I faced off against Heathcote, I knew it would take nothing less than everything to hold them off. So I discarded the outer skeleton, burned through it with all of the nanotech I had on board, and pushed all the sliders to max. I basically burned the fuse from all ends at once. Unfortunately, that leaves the nanomachines in a nearly unrecoverable state afterwards, but is an insane burst of power while it's burning. Well, to the outside, that probably looks like self-immolation, and it did eat through the cockpit. If it had taken even an hour longer to find me, I would have been dead.
Astro lets out a low whistle like he's impressed, which I would do, but I don't know how to whistle in real life. He goes,
Same.
But Astro knows how to whistle. Astro can do everything I can.
Just imagine the most perfect whistle possible.
Yeah. Has a little vibrato in there. You're like, ooh, that's fancy.
I'm going to look at Cass and go, Cass, I haven't asked you this, but I think it might be the time. What happened to Heathcote?
Heathcote's dead. I killed him in that fight. The only thing left was my scorched and cracked cockpit. If I had let him be, he would not have stopped with the amethyst still under your control.
I can selfishly recognize the correct thing to do here, but even so, and I mean this genuinely, I'm sorry. Sorry you had to do that.
You know, Heathcote was with me when I came to Cygnus Spate when I was 15. I was one of the youngest paladins dispatched here. I spent a decade learning from him, training with him, spying on the Cygnus State. Eventually, we got reinforcements and built the affair. Things always felt off, but it wasn't until I really made friends here that I understood what that feeling was.
Maybe you just answered the question, but what did make you change your mind?
I have a noble name. I am Cassius Velium of the Velium family, one of the ruling noble families back in the Noesis Mandate. Sounds super important, and it is. Don't let me play that down. The nobles in the Mandate are dangerous and have whole armies unto themselves, but the real power is the Mandate itself. The Mandate is where the state rules. But the families all have their individual areas of expertise. I did not know that I was a Velium until I was 14, a year before I came here. I grew up my entire childhood thinking I was just another servant. My mother was Luna Ministro. She comes from a long lineage of servantry to the high houses, multi-generational families that take pride in the upkeep, protection, and care of the houses they serve. My father, I found out, was Ionis Velium, the head of the Velium family. My mother never told me. She never meant to tell anyone. It was supposed to go with her to the grave, but she had a degenerative disease. When I was in my teens, it started getting bad, and some guides came to help. I was being trained to be the close confidant of the Velium children, to be the second in command and personal attaché to whichever of the Velium children took over, prove themselves worthy to be the next head of house. In my mother's delirium, she let a few things slip that the guides took upon themselves to look into. And they discovered certain details that took place early in Ionis's reign, and the timelines didn't add up. And it turns out that he was my dad. So I was 14 years old, and it was not done for a Velium child to continue down the path I was on. Every one of my close friends, the Velium children, who looked at me for support, who played with me as children, all of a sudden I was their half-brother. And every one of them responded to it differently. The entire world flipped on top of its head, and with my mother gone and not knowing what my future was, I joined the Mandate. It was one of the few options open to me that a lot of nobles go into. It's seen as noble to send some of your children to the Mandate to become guides, become specialists, become leaders, become paladins. And I was identified as a prodigy when I joined. They put me in a mech, saw what I could do, and rubber stamped my card to head here.
Wow.
That is to say, I did not grow up a noble. I grew up next to a bunch of them. I grew up serving them, and I saw what it looks like in the Mandate for people who fall through the cracks, for people whose world gets turned on its head. And I started looking at things a little bit more closely. And then I came here, and I saw how the people in Cygnus live their lives, and how your corporations lord over people, and I saw too many similarities. Sure, they're so different, but I realized that for people who fall through the cracks, neither one serves adequately.
On that, I couldn't agree more strongly with you.
Can't tell you how close to home your story is, Cass.
Well, I hope that between your gallivanting around with your new Iridium Wings project, you'll stop back here and check in with Cass. Let me know what adventures you're getting on out there, and maybe we can get into that when you're ready.
Cass, you might be the single most important thing to turning this war. I think we've been asking the wrong questions of you. The tech, how to circumvent it, how to fight them. It doesn't seem like this is a war of technology. It seems like it's a war of ideals. If we could spread what things can be to the people in the Mandate, knowledge about how things can be, maybe that's where we need to be fighting.
I don't disagree with you. It seems like a lofty goal.
Well, we're not going to know how to even approach it without someone like you around.
You do realize that's a two-way street, though, Rock. I mean, look at Rhyolite. They were convinced that the Mandate was the right way to go. Just saying.
It's
Yeah,
one
well,
thing
I don't have
I've
an answer,
learned.
though.
If there's one thing I've learned about the Mandate, it's that the people within the Mandate are very persuasive. We can use that persuasiveness that's innate in you as well, Cass. And if you feel this way, there are others in the Mandate, I'm sure, that must feel the same as you.
Yeah, there must be.
Well, we will always be keeping an eye out for potential allies in our ventures.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean, play your cards right. Maybe you'll be joining us one day.
I truly hope so. And I mean it. Whenever you are all stopping back at the Amethyst, if I'm not out of this damn bed, if I am, I'll come and find you. But if I'm not, you come and find me.
We will every docking, I promise.
Torsae pats him on a piece of his skin that doesn't look burnt and goes, "Yeah, we'll be around." He smiles. Good. Well, I don't want to hold all of you. If you have any other questions, I'm happy to answer them, but sounds like you guys have a big few days coming up.
Yeah, if we don't leave right away tomorrow, then I'll come see you then, too, myself.
All right, sounds good, Rock.
Well, we're all thinking of you. Try to get some rest. And truthfully, if you need anything, send me a message. Anything at all.
He'll happily give you his entire collection of movies.
I mean, I thought it would be a little crass to offer, but yes, that's probably my most, the greatest thing I can give to you.
No.
Do you still have your collection?
The gift of being entertained.
Well, then maybe you should give him the new Deathbot Chronicles. You know, the one not starring you.
I choose to ignore any news about that film.
Torsae goes, Dyne, I know it's a joke, but I draw the line there. That movie is the most propagandistic Corsac. Oh, it makes me so angry. And it could have been a good movie.
I start shuffling people out. Come on. We'll see you later, Cass.
I mean, I heard it got good reviews online.
Come on. Go.
They choose those reviews, says Torsae, as they're being she's being pushed out of the room.
You never trust online reviews. What's wrong with you?
Dyne goes, note to self, how to get Torsae on a tangent.
And Astro. Like Astro's talking, like they're both talking at the same time.
Uh-huh. All right. Well, with the end of your visit to Cass, we're going to go ahead and call this first session back into season 3 for now.
Woo!
When we come back,
we did it.
We did it. War were declared. The season is war.
War were declared. Yeah, that whole microscope miniseries we did is really being put into perspective right now. Like, oh no.
So the next time we come back, we're going to be checking in with Ren as they arrive on the Amethyst and give you all your first real mission as a team as we start back into the season for real.
Nice.
Awesome.
Woohoo.
Well,
oh boy.
Thank you all for joining us as we return to Lancer for season 3, and we hope you'll continue to follow us as we see where things take us from here.
All right.
Looking forward to it.
We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Yep.
Bye.
See ya.